Okay? So this P frame is predicted by the I frame. Okay? And so the P frame predicted by the I frame. And then the B frame is predicted by I and P. It's both way prediction. Okay? So the coding, the display order, this is the number of frames. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. At 12, picture the row picture. So you have I starting at frame 1, I starting at frame 30, so 12 frames in the row picture. Okay? So all of these frames within the row picture are coding together. And then you go to the next one. Right? Next row picture. Within this, the way you code it, it goes 1, and 2, and 5, and 8. Because those are the P frames that you have to code for. When you do that, then you have to go back. Right? And you code 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4, you code it better than 1 and 2. And I have 2, go to 5, right? After 4, go to 5, and then it goes 6 and 7. Because 6 and 7 become 2 and 5. After 7, you go to 8, which is the P frame. So 8, 9, and 10 become to 5 and 8, and so on. Okay? Now, if you look at this, what's the trade-off between group of picture and the complexity? Suppose you want suppose you have a very small memory in your machine. Do you have a huge big group picture here, or very small group picture? Smaller, right? Because there are some delays in here. Okay? And a small group picture is not very efficient in coding. It's not enough in terms of prediction. Okay? If you have a very big group picture, it's much more efficient in coding because you can predict better, more efficiently. But that's a trade-off between delay, between the complexity, and how well it does. So typically in a typical codec, you have group picture problem. It's about 1/3 of a second. So this slide shows motion estimation, how to predict. Right? So here is the way to do that. You take a current frame. Here's a current frame. We divide a current frame into a block of size 16 by 16. Here's an example of a 4 by 4 block. Each of them of size 16 by 16. For every block in the current frame, for example, block of 16, you want to search within the previous frame where is the best match. Is that clear? For example, if I'm doing this, right? Going this way, what's the best match? It's a shift, right? It's over here. Okay? So for every block, when I'm doing over this, like this, the best match is the one that appeared before me, right? So that's the idea. The idea is that you will search, that's your current block. You will search within the window size for the best match. Now what does best mean? You can compare error, right? If you look at the mean square error, or the maximum error, and so on and so forth. So there are many ways of doing, what is the best match. Okay? And the window size, the search size. The bigger the search size, the more accurate you're going to get. Right? But it's more complicated because you have to do it pixel by pixel. Okay? That's the full search. There are all the fast algorithms that Professor Jack will discuss in terms of searching. Okay? Like diamond search, hexagonal search, and so forth. But the idea here is that every block, you find the best search, the best block, and then you only have to send a motion vector. So that's very efficient. Instead of sending a pixel, 16 by 16 is 256 pixels. Instead of sending 256 numbers, you're sending only 2 numbers. you're sending the vector, which is a two-dimensional vector, right? Only two numbers. So compare 256 with 2. What is the compression ratio? 2, 128. Right? So if you can predict perfectly, you can achieve 128 to 1 compression. There's no way you can do perfectly, right? So there's some error. Okay? So in compression, you have motion vector and you have some error. The better you can predict, or the friendly the motion is. Look at this. This motion is basically translational motion, right? The shift. If your motion is basically shift, you can predict very, very well. You can predict very good compression. So in this example here, the best match for this block 1 is the same block over there. So motion vector is 0, 0. Okay? The best match for 2 is this one. The motion vector will be down and to the left, and so on. Right? If I send a motion vector, I already know this frame, right? It's a previous frame. I know how to find it. This frame. Okay? The motion estimation. So here's an example. Here are the motion vectors from 2 different frames. So I'm going to compare the error. This is the error after you send this motion vector. And here is just a different subtraction. And one way to code is just to subtract. Right? The difference. No motion estimation. If you still subtract, here is the entropy. There's a lot of structures in here, right? And here I'm inverting it. So dark meaning high energy. Okay? So there's a lot of high energy structure all around. Compare this with this. Which one has more energy? That has more energy, right? But this needs more bit to code. So if you do motion estimation and compensation, you require less bit to code the error. So here is the very generic codec. Okay? The frame coming in, to group of picture. You see that there's a path here. This path is for intra-frame coding. That's coding the first frame in a group of picture, consisting of DCT, quantization, and entropy coding. Okay? And then everything else will be predictive coding. And how do you predict the coding? Predictive coding is motion estimation. Right? And the motion estimation will give a motion composite frame. When you subtract it, you have an error frame, and the error frame, which is the frame, which is this frame right here. Okay? An error frame goes through the same process. Like a different table for error frame. So you do motion estimation in here, and this motion estimation is the search, and so you have to be able to reconstruct, right? This I-frame. So that's the I-frame. That's the previous frame. You have to compare the previous frame with that current frame. So there's a process of intra-frame and the process of predictive here. So let's look at several applications and you can actually use it at home. Okay? Well, Sony about 3 years ago, they tried to design a unit here that you can take in, satellite, cable, or whatever the format coming to this box.